as we have been discussing that ātmā anantaram vivekah, because this was the point highlighted by Adi Śaṅkarācārya. So this ātmā anantaram viveka, or you can use the word jiva swarupa vichara. So when this started from verse number 17 onwards, the concept that was very easy to understand, that what is mine is not me. But many people do not understand this, and they still look at mine as me. The best example, my children. But when something goes wrong with reference to your child, is it my child or you are going through the problem? Same thing also with reference to any object. If we are attached, we call as tādatmya bhava is there. That means that object is not mine, in fact is me. That person is not extension of me, but is me. And because of this, please understand, everything goes wrong in our life. Before going to this next verse 38, where this ātmā anantaram vichara is being done, he tries to come to the point, look, ātmā is different from deham, śarīram, and that too stula śarīram, gross body. That's why many in different religion, they do believe that ātmā is different from gross body. That's why they say that after death you will go to heaven. There is Jannat. There is this, there is that. So that means it is very clear that ātmā, what they translate is different, let us not get into. But me is different from gross body. Moreover, because of my attachment towards the object or person, I consider I am that. And the sad part happens, wherever I am attached and I ruin my life with reference to that, you will discover that object or person will not live up to my vision or wish. I am just sharing this information, one recent development, so that's why I am sharing in details carefully. However, if the person completely destroys himself or herself, I am adding herself, for something or for somebody, you will discover that thing or body is not going to support you or your vision. That means while you are alive, you are frustrated, and while dying, you are frustrated. After death, also you will remain in frustration. There is no Jannat, there is no heaven, okay? Perfectly live in peace, not peace, pieces. Okay? However, let us not get into too much. Now, after discussing this verse number 38, let us get into prokto'pi karma kāṇḍena ātmā dehād vilakṣaṇaḥ nityaś tat phalaṁ bhuṅkte deha pātād anantaram. Adi Śaṅkaracharya thought of taking one more step, bringing karma kāṇḍinas, that how they also know that ātmā, me, is different from body. Because karma kāṇḍinas, those who are ritualistic oriented, don't worry, every religion, okay? It's not necessarily Vedic only. But here, rituals are different. In other religion different rituals are different. How? They always believe in that after death, because of punya, the good deeds that I did, the result of my good deeds, I will go to different lokas. Starting with heaven. In fact, they not only they start, they end with heaven, okay? But this is the difference. Here in karma kanda, by karma kāṇḍinas, they say you will start with heaven, okay? So we have, first is Chandra loka, Surya loka, we have different lokas. 7 up, 7 down, in short 14. That's why all the vyahutis are being, done, especially during pranayama time along with our Gayatri. However, that's why they make sure that let my body get burnt. Why body to be burnt? Not is a fancy, okay? Because I have been doing Agnihotra daily. All my rituals are being witnessed by this fire which is being sustained all the time, my lifetime. Now when I leave this body, let the fire that I was maintaining burnt my body. That's why if you observe, the fire is being carried from the home. Not there you put the mastic or put in the electric furnace. Present scenario. However, let us not get into, that's another part. That means all these karma kāṇḍinas, they know very well that I am not body. That means I am something different or other than this body. But remember this. This is not the purpose of Adi Śaṅkaracharya. Because this is known. So whatever is known, evident, why he should talk all these things? But what he wants to highlight, also we need to say, we need to understand very carefully. For a karma kāṇḍina, especially karma kāṇḍina is those who does the rituals. So ritualistic people. believing that my punya will give me better life. Now, for them, what is life? So, life and death, this is how to be understood, which we will see in the next verse also. Wherever there is sukshma śarīra, there is life. If sukshma śarīra leaves the sthula śarīra, we'll see in the next verse, that is called death. And when sukshma śarīra, subtle body, gets a gross body, that is called birth. And all the karmakandin believes, they know that me as soul, me as jiva, they don't say soul, jiva ātmā, a nitya traveler, eternal traveler. And remember, if you are eternal traveler, are you a samsari or not? This is what is being pointed out. Okay, Adi Shankaracharya wants to point out this point. Imagine, you have to travel because of your work. You don't have any decision. The office people sends you that you have to travel. One day you will enjoy, 2 days. After that, will it be painful or not for you? Whereas when you decide to travel, you can travel. You can decide not to travel. You can stop whenever and wherever you want. That is called beauty. Whereas when you are a nitya traveler, do you have choice? You are forced to leave the body and get another body. So that means you are a samsari. It is exactly like somebody asks you to be in your house, called house arrested, okay? You are in the house. You don't go out of the house because you are arrested in the house. Now you choose to be in your house. There is a difference or not? Physically, it is one and same. Superficially, if you look at, it's one and same. But if you look at internally, the one who is arrested in the house means forced to stay in a given place. What a painful life. So Adi Shankaracharya wants to point out, hey look, if you consider that you are a nitya traveler, nitya is one word, okay, don't worry. Nitya traveler, nitya means eternally traveling. You are a samsari. Clear? Whereas if you understand that you are nitya, not a traveler, non-traveler. You are eternal. You can choose to travel, you can choose not to travel. You are a jivan mukta. Can you see the difference? Concept is very clear. As long as I am forced to travel or whatever, I am under the spell. Whereas when I have freedom, yes, problem is people, they have freedom in one way. Like, you know, many people, especially men, okay? So I can bring men today, okay? So men, to have freedom from wife or family from house, they run away, go to the office. And also some of you attend class from the office, okay? So I am free. Please understand. Yes, you have got freedom from your family, whether wife, children, or problem, whatever. But hey, you have bigger problem in the office. You are just shifting. You are not free. Can you see this point? So when you decide something, what you call as decision, is it really decision or you are shifting problem from one end to another end? And that only you can know, not anybody. That's why we say very carefully that whether you are wise or not, only you can know, not anybody. However, get into two technical points. So he says, look, prokto'pi kāṇḍena. So that means it is being already declared, said. So where in karma kanda, the ritualistic portion of Veda, that ātmā dehād vilakṣaṇaḥ iti. So that means the ātmā is different from the body, and also says nityaś iti. So ātmā is nitya, is eternal. And not only that, also it says deha pātād anantaram. After the fall of the body, now the phalaṁ, the karma that I have done, the result of action, I am going to enjoy in different lokas through different bodies. So that means I am going to continue. And we say very carefully, nobody can escape from anybody in life. This is the truth, this is the reality. If you try to escape from somebody or something, it is exactly like, in our childhood we used to play this, this ludo, we say, snake and ladder. It's a very nice thing, all over the world it is there, okay? Then what you do? So if you discover when you are children, we are doing, suppose we fall on a snake, then we will create a mess. Then, no. So we took to some other way, okay? We manage it. Then what happens finally? Then other party will become very smart, will alert, fighting. Okay, now I will be perfect. Then what happens? Finally, you will fall on such a big, towards the end, the big snake, you are again on bottom. So how that snake ladder game, life is all about that. No one can escape. That's why the more you have maturity, the more you discover that there is no need to escape from anybody in life. That is called maturity. However, let me not get into this, is again, out of our topic. So that means when karma kanda highlights that I am a traveler and that too eternally I keep traveling. Problem here is this travel sometimes very slow, sometimes very fast. And especially when I want it should be fast, it is slow. And whenever I want it is to be slow, it becomes fast. When I want to enjoy my life, kada kada dhada mada gada gada, all the problem starts, okay? When my body was supporting perfectly, everything was perfect. That time, do you know what happened? I didn't have means to enjoy. So the life is so well designed that whenever I don't want to be slow, it becomes slow. Whenever I want it to be fast, that time it is slow. So there is a constant struggle, constant fight between me as a traveler and with the surrounding. And this constant fight is called samsara. And the one who is fighting is called a samsari. Is it clear? So that is not the point here. Point Adi Shankaracharya wants to highlight. Hey, look, you are not a samsari. There is no need to fight at all. You are a mukta person. You are nitya, not a traveler, but non-traveler. If it is slow, let it be slow. If it is fast, let it be fast. So when it is fast, don't make it slow. Whenever it is slow, don't push it to become fast. It is not going to work either. So that's why what we need to do, we need to understand more and more that I am not the body. Continuing. liṅgaṁ cāneka saṁyuktaṁ calaṁ dṛśyaṁ vikāri ca avyāpakaṁ sadrūpaṁ tad kathaṁ syāt pumān ayam. With the last verse, this ātmā anantaram viveka that was under our discussion, especially stula śarīra viveka is completed. That I am not physical body or gross body. Through the help of shruti, yukti and anubhava. So taking all the three aspects, Adi Shankaracharya established that I am not the body. But because of attachment with reference to my body, I have bhayam. So the bhayam, the fear, that which is instinctive, because of attachment and what technically we say abhinivesa. Abhinivesa, this word, okay? So you have to remember this technical word. So that means what? The instinctive, this is what the instinctive identification with the body is called abhinivesa. Now, because of this, or you can say when the abhinivesha is strong, now the marana bhayam, the instinctive fear of death, becomes predominant. Can you see how it works very carefully? So you don't have to solve the problem. You have to look at the problem. Problem with us is we don't want to look at problem, always we want to solve the problem. And that is called smart working. I don't know whether it's smart working or dumb working, okay? However, now here he says that ātmā in this verse is different from sukshma śarīra. So here the sukshma śarīra name is called liṅga śarīra. So he uses this word liṅga because we say very clearly liṅgyate buddhyate anena iti liṅga. So in short, what we say is by which it is understood that jiva is there or not, by which liṅgyate buddhyate. it is understood by which that whether jiva is there or not, whether I am alive or not, whether someone is alive or not. So that's why it is called liṅga, liṅga. So that means we have lot of things we call in short called indicator. Also you can say, so liṅgaṁ means indicator. That's why all mirror is called also liṅgaṁ. Because mirror becomes indicator for the object that is opposite or in front of the mirror. Through the mirror we see it, the indirect knowledge that takes place through the mirror. So also sukshma śarīra is called liṅgaṁ or liṅga śarīra because it reflects jivatma. In fact, it reflects, you can say, consciousness in the form of what? Chit pratibimba. Chapter number 15, Bhagavad Gita. Because that's why this text generally not taken for common people. You need to have good study of Vedanta, then only you can look at this text. So now the question is, just imagine if the sukshma śarīra does not reflect the consciousness, will there be any transaction? How? I will give you another example. The mirror. If the mirror does not reflect the sunlight in a dark room, will there be any light in the dark room? Not possible. So here says that sukshma śarīra, the subtle body, which is called as liṅga śarīra here, is a reflector. So what does it reflect? It reflects the consciousness. So chit is reflected through the liṅga śarīra, then it becomes jivatma. We have discussed in details in 15th chapter. We have taken enough of time to discuss. You can go back to listen to. However, he says, look, mind because reflects. Imagine if mind becomes inert, does not reflect, then what will happen? That means there is no life. That's why in the presence of mind, because of reflection, we say the person is alive. So in short, if sukshma śarīra is the reflecting medium, that means that is an instrument. So if that is an instrument, how can I be that? Next logic, okay? It has got it. No, Adi Shankaracharya is going to talk a lot in this aspect, okay? Very nicely, carefully brings, that's why he brings the word liṅga śarīra. He doesn't talk about sukshma śarīra at all. So, because it is an instrument, that means what? Definitely, it is not going to work. It is not me. And moreover, this instrument, this liṅga śarīra, has got many parts. Abhavayava, okay? The word is not coming. That means it has got many parts. How many parts? Saptadasa kalabhi tattvabodha. With 17 parts. Who are they? 5 karmendriya, 5 jnanendriya, 5 prana, mana and buddhi. All these things to be remembered, okay? Now, this is called with avyavas sahita, along with avyava. Whereas me, ātmā, is niravyava, without any part. So how can I be that? Because we need to look at many things all together. That's why one has to be very careful. Whenever we look at ātmā from the standpoint of sukshma śarīra, especially when I am talking to you, in any transaction, even if while talking to you, 2 bodies are involved, both physical and subtle, both sthula and sukshma śarīra. Because I am talking and my ideas, in which level? It is in sukshma śarīra level, it is not in sthula. Now the teaching is being done in sthula level or sukshma level? The teaching, is it meant for mind or is it meant for body, physical body? It is meant for mind. That's why when the teaching is meant for mind, then you can ask the question, Swamiji, that's why what is there, why the body should be part of it? That's why in all other places and classes, they can do whatever they want, they can sit, stretch the leg the way they want, and especially in yoga sessions, okay, because I am tired, okay. That's why I prefer not to go to any yoga centers. Inevitably, if you go to give a lecture in yoga centers, the neck exercise starts in the Vedanta class. All other time there is no exercise. We'll sit listening to it, no. And if you say, we are listening, they will react, okay? I don't know where from it comes. I have seen inevitably everywhere, okay? And in India, they will find out back place where they can take support. I need back support, okay? And while back support, they take back support for 2 purposes. One is to relax, other is to monitor others. Because you are behind, okay? You understand? So who is listening, who is not listening, who is doing what? Hey, have you come for all these things? Because I love, okay? I observe all these things, okay? Don't think that I don't observe. But what I am trying to highlight here is, even though teaching is meant for, I'll take few more minutes, okay? Because we are in a crucial topic. So even though teaching is meant for subtle body, but we need to have gross body in a proper way. Why? I'll give you a beautiful example. With this, I'll stop it. Let me not extend too much. Again, we'll pick up this thread tomorrow. If I ask you, bring water. Or if you ask me, that is better, okay? Instead of me asking, better I should put this way. You ask me for water. And that too you like to drink. I would like to drink some water. Will you please bring? Now what should I do? Hey, I should carry water. But can I carry water by itself? I need a container, a glass. Without container, can I carry the water? Is it possible? Not only that, the container must be clean, suitable, conducive. That's why in Western countries or everywhere, they want it transparent so that you can make out whether it's dirty or not, okay? Glass. And sometimes worst thing I see, it is clean, very nice, but when you drink water, you can smell the soap. Sometimes I feel like throwing the glass, okay? Physically clean, astrally horrible. And that too, this was dishwasher, disaster. Ladies have time to do everything because the nail will go wrong. So everything they put in dishwasher, okay? Hey, put a glove clean, nothing wrong in it. Anyway, this is not my area, okay? Just adding it, okay? And there are some people, they don't wash at all. That's another extreme, okay? So what I'm highlighting here is, when you want water, it needs a container, and that too well arranged, well behaved container. And based on the container, you will drink water. Do you agree or not? If it is dirty, will you drink? If it is clean but smell comes. So last night you had all wrong foods, that smell comes. In the plate, in the glass. Or soap, whatever. Will you feel like drinking? You will feel like leaving the house. Enough. So that means the water is content and the glass is container. To bring the content, container is must, and container to be well arranged or well fit. Clear? Now, liṅga śarīra is content. This is the point to arrive at. The sukshma śarīra is content. So what is container? Sthula śarīra, gross body. So if the gross body is not well behaved, well prepared, will anything enter in this content called sukshma śarīra? That's why both are important. More of it will continue.